mindset, because mindset is the key to so many things. Just a thought can change so many things. Just an action which is thoughtful can change so many things, can open so many new directions in your life. So let us begin with the presentation. Mindset is all about thought and the thought process. A chain of thoughts is called thinking. I took a step. That doesn't mean I'm walking. A thought is like a step. But when we say I'm thinking, or maybe positive thinking or negative thinking, whatever it is, thinking is like walking. A chain of thoughts. When you keep on thinking about some particular thing, person, subject, or an issue or a problem, it is no more a thought, but it becomes your thinking. The way you process that thought is thinking. Having thoughts is a sign of good mental health. A person who thinks, or a person who can have a thought about something, an opinion, an understanding, it is a sign of good mental health. For example, if someone feels fear from burning fire, it is a sign of good mental health, because you have a thought that if I touch this, I might burn myself. So having thoughts is a sign of good mental health, whether it is positive or negative. There are times when we get negative thoughts as well. It is not possible to stop it, but in which direction do we guide them is more important. So whether it is positive or negative, but when it comes to thinking, in which direction you guide your thoughts plays a very important role. You got a thought about something, but then in which direction are you planning to think about it? So let us look at two different scenarios where the thought is same, but the action taken behind the thought, it changes everything. No one else but your mindset affects you. People cannot affect you. They can just say things to you. They can just do things to you. But till you don't allow it to happen to you, it cannot affect you. So your mindset, mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh, Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita says, even in previous sessions I have discussed about this, that mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh. Your mind, your thoughts, and the way you think is the only and only reason of your freedom and your ties. So when you start thinking upon a thought, there are two possible ways in which it can end. First is thinking over a problem again and again. It will never end the problem. If there is an issue, if there is a tension, if there is some problem, thinking over the problem again and again, but not thinking about the solution, will never resolve the problem. The problem will stay forever. Why? Because you are not looking for the solution. You are just again and again thinking for what is the problem. Just for an example, if a student constantly thinks about his weaknesses in a particular subject and sets his mind as he is not capable of learning the particular subject, in this instance, whenever something related to the subject comes in his life, the person will always find himself incapable to overcome it. If a person is very weak at grammar and makes a lot of spelling mistakes in his childhood, when he grows, he still feels that I am not capable to write English in a proper way. Why? Because I make many grammatical mistakes. And whenever something comes in his life where he has to write something, his brain gives him a thought that you are not capable of doing it. You will make mistakes. And that creates a problem. So if you continuously think about the problem, but not for the solution, the problem will never end. but it will create more problems. It can create anxiety, it can create fear, it can create depression, it can create so many things which are unwanted in your mind, and that will give you negative thoughts. And the second example is thinking over the thought in a way where it doesn't restrict you, but rather it gives you liberty. For example, let us take the same example as point 1, the example of the student. A student is weak in a subject, but to clear school, he has to give the exams for that subject as well. To pass out from that subject, from that standard, the student needs to give exams for all the subjects, whether he is good at it or not. So he decided to work hard on it and prepare best for the subject. This situation can surely help the student to execute his preparation and attempt the exam in a far better way. So one was, I'm not capable of doing this. I cannot do this. This is very hard. And I'm incapable to overcome this problem. And the second solution is, okay, this is the problem. How am I going to deal with it? How will I face it? For example, a passenger is traveling in a flight for the first time and has a lot of fear that what will happen? How will I travel alone? And I don't know anything, no rules about the airport. I don't know any rules for the security. So he has a lot of fear in him, a lot of tension that what time should I reach to the airport? What all things should I carry with me? Are there some things which are restricted to take away when you are flying? All those worries and thoughts are again and again coming in his mind. Once he reaches the airport and boards the flight, after the flight takes off, he still has tension that is everything going to be okay? If there is a little bit of turbulence, the person thinks, is there some issue with the flight? Is there going to be an emergency landing? So all those worries and thoughts are there while he's traveling. Once the flight lands on the airport to the destination, the person again frees himself from all the worries because he has gone through that problem. He has gone through that phase of his thoughts. And because of that, now he is being able to experience the joy that he experienced. So the way I gave the example of fire, the same way, having thought is important, but in which direction do you guide it? Do you continuously, if the person continuously thinks that how will I travel in a flight? It is so difficult. What happens if the flight crashes? So many thoughts before taking off. And if the person continuously thinks about that, he might never be able to travel in a flight again. So one is where you free yourself from all those thoughts and take the challenge, try different things and open your mind, open the box and think outside the box. And one is you restrict yourself and continuously think upon the problem, but not towards the solution of the problem. You do not try to take the challenge. You do not try to move forward and look into different possible ways through which you can achieve freedom of thoughts and thinking. Then comes the fulfillment. We all want success in life, but when we achieve it, are we satisfied? In the first session of Success to Self-Satisfaction, we discussed this topic very widely. And this is also connected with mindset, because our mind decides how we are satisfied. Our fulfillment is all about our thoughts. Someone is satisfied or feels fulfillment in very little, but sometimes a person who is earning so much money, still he's not satisfied. So we all want success in life, but when we achieve it, are we satisfied with it? If yes, then is the satisfaction constant or just for a short time? The answer to this is no. For most of the people, we usually tend to focus on monetary gains and think that's what success is. Generating large amount of revenue is what success means. But can only money be the reason for happiness? Can only money improve the quality of your work? Can only money satisfy your needs? No, it's not possible. Because you are not looking for fulfillment. You are just looking for achievements. You are just focusing on the things you have achieved, but you're not focusing on your fulfillment, the satisfaction you should have after the achievement. Mostly what happens is, once we achieve something, we start running for other. Once we achieve the other thing, then we start running for the third thing. We do not enjoy what we have achieved right now. We just focus on what we are going to achieve in the future. If you don't enjoy your present, which you have reached with your past experiences, you will never be able to succeed in your future. In any engagement, it may be business or relationship, fulfillment is only possible when you and the other person both are in a win-win position. When you are in a business, if the person you are doing business with goes through a large amount of loss and you make a lot of money, are you going to be a good businessman in the future? Because the person you are doing business with is not satisfied. His fulfillment is not done because what he wanted, you have already taken it. So there is no equal balance in both of you. The same way in a relationship, if one person is happy, the second person will be happy. But if one person is not happy, the partner is not possible that partner is also happy. Why? Because both have to be equal in business, in relationships, or in many different stages in life. We have to be equal. Both parties should be in a win-win position. Only then and then you can experience the fulfillment. Your mindset should be, I am satisfied by what I do the best, and by what I create, I'll reach my fulfillment. Now, how is this possible? How can we experience this satisfaction of what you have created, by what you have reached till the destination with your hard work, your thought process, your ideology, your way of action, the position you have reached in your life? How will you enjoy it? How is it possible to experience the joy of that achievement? For that, the people who do their work with self-satisfaction and fulfillment, they create quality output. And when it comes to quality, everyone cannot understand it. And so it is not for masses, but it is for a class which can connect with the thought process and idea you have produced. Sometimes what happens is, for an example, there are 40,000 subscribers on YouTube channel, but when I post a video, only 4,000 or 5,000 people are viewing that video. So does that mean that the video content is of less quality? No. If I am satisfied with that content and I have shared it with the public, which means it is for everyone, but only those people who can connect with my thought process, only those people who can understand what I'm trying to say, will connect with it. That means it is not for masses, it is for a class. And that is what Vallabhacharya teaches us. Do not focus on mass, because it is not possible to change everyone's mindset. It is not possible to give everyone a thought process. You can only share your knowledge and information that you have with those people who can understand your thought process, who can connect with you, who can bring their mental state till your level. So do not try capturing masses, but try capturing the class. Reach to the people who will understand what you're trying to do for fulfillment of output with quality. Whatever you produce in your life, whether it is at your work, at your home, whatever it is, you should be satisfied with it. The other person is satisfied or not, that is secondary. But you yourself should be satisfied with what you have produced. Only then and then you can experience fulfillment. If I have produced a painting and I am not satisfied with it, I am not going to present it in my portfolio. Why? Because I don't want to present something which I don't like myself. I will present something which gives me satisfaction, which gives me fulfillment. Do your actions with the thought, what you do today will affect your tomorrow. Everyone makes mistakes, but some learn from them and some keep on making them again and again. Be the person who just doesn't shows everything is good, but actually lives a life where everything is good. This means, for example, posting pictures of a perfect life on Instagram, or sharing something which only people see, but the truth is something else. Showing a perfect life sketch on Instagram, posting amazing pictures on Instagram. Does it mean that the life really is so perfect? It may be, but in 95% cases, life is not perfect. No one's life is perfect. Everyone has problems. Everyone have their past, a past full of mistakes. And it is not possible to forget the past, but it is possible to learn from that past. The ones who learn from their mistakes done in past, they make a progress in their life. They grow in their life. But the ones who keep on making those mistakes and just do things to showcase but not to experience fulfillment or joy for themselves can never experience successfulness, and they can never be self-sufficient. They will always need more, and that will create so many problems in their life. Shri Mahaprabhuji always guides us for setting high approach and healthy mindset. A healthy mind and body are must to serve Shri Prabhu. It is very difficult for humans to stop the thought process or change the mindset. It is very difficult to change someone's mindset, that is secondary, but to change your own mindset, it is very difficult. It is not easy. Shri Mahaprabhuji always suggests that the best way to overcome from negative mindset is not to stop the thoughts, but to divert the thoughts. When a person restricts themselves from a thought, when we say, don't think negative, stop thinking negative, and forget about the negative thoughts, let them go. It is not possible to let them go. You cannot forget your past. You cannot forget the problems. You cannot forget your mistakes. But you can always learn from them. And you can divert your thoughts in a positive direction. So having negative thoughts is not a problem. But again and again thinking upon it is of course a problem. What is the solution? Shri Mahaprabhuji tells us the solution is for a healthy mindset and for a successful mindset, which will give you self-satisfaction in your life, which will give you fulfillment in your life. Stop thinking about the problem. Start thinking for the solution. How? Through diverting your thoughts in a positive direction. So create a mindset which will help you live a healthy life with a healthy mindset and guide you in a successful way throughout your life. Shubham Bhavatu, Kalyanamastu.